So today's we will continue with the eighth Anuvaka. The next mantra we have to take is Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyaha. We have actually already seen this mantra in Anuvaka number 2. But there is a difference between the interpretation I gave you in Anuvaka number 2 and what I give you here. Because what is the context? The context is, this is the very heart of the Rudra mantra. Actually, as I was mentioning in yesterday's class, this is the very heart of the entire Yajurveda itself. So that being the case, it has got to have a different connotation than just saying it is Shiva who is residing in green-leaved or green-haired vriksha. So here, the green-topped trees are all the Yajnika trees, that is, trees related to Yajna. So the twigs and the leaves are all used in Vedic rituals. So the special reference that is given here is for the Palasha tree. So if any of you don't know how Palasha tree looks like that, this is the Palasha tree.
No, next one.
Yeah, this one.
No.
This one.
No, next one, right.
This one, right? Yeah. This is the Vata. This is the Vata Vriksha. This is the Palasha. So we are waiting for it to. We are waiting for that to bloom. It will come up in spring. So this is the Vata Vriksha, under which Dakshinamurti sits and teaches, and this is the Palasha. The twigs of the Palasha are used in Upanayana. And then the Palasha twigs are also offered in Yajna. So this tree, Palasha, and its foliage are said to have the direct presence of Lord Shiva. So that is why it gains so much of significance, especially in the Upanayana of a Brahmana who goes through at the age of 8. The reason is there is a Vedic saying as to its importance. Brahma vai parnaha yat parna shakhaya vatsan apakaroti brahmane vai nana apakaroti. So this is a little bit difficult Sanskrit. You may remember yesterday in our class I was mentioning the very first mantra of the Yajus Samhita is Ishet Torchetva Vajavastho Payavastha Devo Savita Prarpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmane. In the modern context, I said you use this mantra when you send your children to school. So, but in the Yajna context, they take a twig of the Palasha tree, which has got at least 3 leaves, and then they use that to mildly give a tap on a calf of the Yajna cow. The Yajna cow is brought to the Yajnashala, and you have to milk the cow in the Yajnashala at the time of starting the Yajna. At that point of time, the cow will not give the milk unless there is a calf. So what they do is they bring both the cow and the calf, and then they mildly give a tap and then separate the calf with the cow. Is that not what we do when we send our children to school? We wake them up, come on, get up, it is time to go. And then, so that you can do with Palasha twig if you want to.
Oh, I didn't know that. Now it's too late.
Now it's too late. So if you look at this verse, Vatsan apakaroti, the calf in Sanskrit is called Vatsa. And the another meaning of Vatsa is my child. So both of them are synonymous in that context. And then the philosophical meaning here is you do that to remove the childishness in your child. Why should the child go to school? It is because gradually the childishness should go and dedication to knowledge should go on growing. So therefore, Brahma vai parnaha. These leaves are none other than Brahma. Brahma means Veda, knowledge. Brahma vai parnaha. Yat parna shakhaya. Parna shakha. So if parna is the Veda, what is parna shakha? Veda shakha. For example, we are studying the Yajus shakha. So with that, we are inspired to pursue knowledge. So that is the metaphorical meaning of here using Namo Vrikshebhyaha. And why Harikeshebhyaha? Why is it has to be green? Because Vidya is evergreen all the time. You may remember a very parallel idea from the Gita. Anybody? Quiz?
15th chapter.
Chandamsi yasya parnani. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Then, so it is with this branch of Palasha that the Yajnadhenu is sent. So why is it this Palasha twig? If you, in your Upanayana, you go back and look at those pictures, if you have the photograph of that. This Palasha will have 3 leaves. It has to have minimum of, yeah, they will be just holding it. But if you go back and look at the picture, you will see there will be bunches of 3, at least definitely 3 will be there. And that 3-leaved fresh green is kept with us for a period of 15 days. On the 15th day, the newly initiated Vatu should go to the Ashwatha Vriksha. That is, you go to a place where there is Ashwatha Vriksha and then you embed it there. So that is the process by which you will have to use this Palasha. Why the 3? Taha. Trini Parnasya Palashani Tripada Gayatri. So it will have 3 leaves. The 3 leaves represent the Tripada Gayatri. That means Gayatri with the 3 padas of 8 letters each. So this is the significance of Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyaha in the 8th Anuvaka. And then similarly, we also have Bilva, which is a very important leaf which is used in the worship of Shiva. Because in the Bilva, it is believed that it's the residence of Surya. So since Rudra is Adityatmaka Rudraha, in Bilva there is Shiva in the form of Surya. And there are also other trees that are a Dhvani is there, like Mandara and Parijata, 2 flowers which are very of great favorites to Lord Shiva. The next mantra is Namastaraya. Taraha, the Sanskrit word, Vedic Sanskrit word Taraha means Om. It means Pranavaha. So my salutations to the Pranavaswarupa Ishvaraha. Can you remember the Yoga Sutra? Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. So you have to worship Shiva. You have to worship Ishvara. So when you worship Ishvara, what happens? Klesha karma vipakashayaihi aparamrishtaha purusha visheshaha Ishvara. So when you are worshipping this purusha vishesha Ishvara, what happens? Tajjapaha tadartha bhavanam. When you are meditating upon Ishvara, constantly doing a japa, you will become like Shiva. Then when you become like Shiva, you have to actually have an indication, a linga, a pointer. Yeah, what is that pointer? It is Pranavaha. Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. That is, we are actually using Taraya here. Namastaraya means Omkara Swarupi Shiva, I am now prostrating. You can see how it is going inward. The whole study is going inward. We are leading up to the very central part of the Rudropanishad, is also known as Rudropanishad, to the very central part to come to Namah Shivaya. You can see how we are going deeper and deeper. the Shiva Purana says, Shivo va pranavo hi yesha pranavo hi Shivasprataha. Shiva is Omkara, Omkara is Pranava. How can we say that? Vachya Vachakayoho Bhedaha Na Atyantam Vidyate Kvachite. So the meaning is, if a name is given, that name does not stand apart from the entity named. For example, if I call you by name, right, then you don't say, okay, it is my name, he is not calling me. But the moment I say I use your name, then you pay attention to me, isn't it? Similarly, as soon as you say Om, as soon as you say Shiva, Shiva pays attention to you, because Vachya Vachakayoho Abhedaha. There is no difference between the name and the named. So if you say Namastaraya, then it is Namaha Om. So whenever you use any of these synonyms like Om, Tara and all that, that is why at the end of the puja, when you are doing the Namaskara, what do you say? Yo Vedado Swara Prokto. What is the Veda Adi Swara? Veda, of all the Veda, Adi, beginning, the first Swara is Om only. Without Om there is nothing starts, which we have also seen in the Taittiriya Upanishad. How? Mantra? Om ete brahma prasauti. So everything starts from Om. Yo vedado swara prokto vedante cha pratisthitaha. Where is he? Where is he to be seen? Where is he to be experienced? Tasya prakriti linasya yapara samaheshwaraha. So these paranaha, these harikeshadi, that is the tree with the hair colored green, all these vrikshas, is all prakriti. And especially the bilva, the parijata, the mandara, and then the palasha, these are all his vachakaha. Therefore he is prakriti linaha. So whenever you look at any tree whatsoever, you should see tasya prakriti linasya yapara samaheshwaraha. This is why in our culture we actually perform puja to many of the trees. So you are not performing puja to the tree, to the Omkara Sarupe Shiva that is there in the tree is being worshipped. Mantra number 9 of this Sanamaka is Namah Shambhavecha Mayobhavecha. Sham means all the sukha that you get in this world. Sham bhavati iti shambhuhu. That means from him all sukha happens, and this sukha is related to this world. Mayaha means the next world. So when a person gets, because of the punya, goes to heaven, goes to swarga, it is called mayaha. When you get all the sukha in this current life, it is called sham. So that's why shambhavecha mayobhavecha. How can we say that Shiva is the one who gives sukha and santosha both in this life and in the life beyond? How can you say? What is the logical proof for that? The logical proof is Ananda or joy is the very nature of Shiva. You remember our Smita and Usha would remember our study of the Kaivalya Upanishad yesterday, when I was saying that the nature of Shiva is inexhaustible Ananda. Ananda Natana Madinar. So the inexhaustible nature of Shiva is the sukha that we tap into by saying Namah Shambhavecha Mayobhavecha. So whenever you are seeking for some comfort, then this mantra can be used as a japa. Now we come to the most important mantra, the very central, the heart of the mantra, which is Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha. Namah Shankaraya Mayaskaraya Cha. Now, so Shambhave Cha and Shankara are both same. Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha. And Mayaha Skara. And that means one who gives the sukha in the next life. So Namah Somaya Cha Rudraya Cha Namah Stamraya Cha Arunaya Cha Namah Shangaya Cha Pashupataye Cha Namah Ugraya Cha Bhimaya Cha Namo Agre Vadhaya Cha Dure Vadhaya Cha Namo Hantre Cha Haniyase Cha Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyo Namastaraya Namah Shambhave Cha Mayobhave Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha. We come to the very heart of the Rudra, and we'll look at the meaning for this in the next class.